If you like to obsess over the minutiae of detail and historical accuracy, or if you want to spend hours researching the exactly correct colour of British World War II battle dress and webbing, or you have a painting table that looks more like an alchemist's laboratory for mixing up just that right shade of felt grau for your Wehrmacht, this is probably not the video for you. But like a few other people out there, I decided it might be an idea to try and get a nice table ready, looks the part, looks quite good Bolt Action Army out by using Games Workshop contrast paints. So for some British Infantry, watch on. Stage 1. I've undercoated with the Wraithbone primer from Games Workshop, and then I've done the flesh areas using the Guilliman Flesh contrast paint. Stage 2. I've now added the webbing using Militarum Green. Now there is a whole research subject in itself, the exact colour of British Army webbing during World War II. I've seen quite a few painting tutorials where they mention this, so I'm not going to be an exception to that. But there was a substance that was rubbed into it to try and help make it a little bit waterproof that gave it a greenish hue, and that faded with time over a number of, depending on where they were fighting, how much sunshine and the weather, etc., to almost like a beigey khaki look. And both is fine, but I've chosen to go with this. Stage 3, as you can see, I've added the main battle dress colours in, and for this I've used the contrast paint Snakebite Leather. I think this does a good job. I've seen darker and lighter colours used. I've seen different approaches entirely. I can hear the purists screaming at their computers or phone screens now and quoting all manner of Vallejo numbers at me, suggesting I should use those, but this is just designed to be a quick guide to getting something out there that looks reasonably presentable. Now for stage 4, I've done quite a few bits and pieces really. Black on the boots and on the gun, and also, as you can see from the back of the model there, a little bit on the entrenching tool, and Creed camo on the helmet, a couple of coats of it in fact. Then once all that was dry, I did a very, very light dry brush, perhaps a little heavier on the webbing than on the battle dress area, using Terminator Stone, although there's quite a few sand stroke khaki colours in any range, like Vallejo or something that you could use for that. In the previous stage I mentioned how the colour of the webbing varied, and just to give it that it was originally green and it's starting to get a little bit bleached look, I've done a dry brush concentrating on that. And also to pick out the netting on the helmet as well. Alright then, and last but not least, what I've done is use some Vallejo flat brown to pick out the wood parts of the rifle. And as the figure comes around here, you can see the water bottle on his belt, and a sparing little dab here and there of Citadel lead belcher. I was going to use the Vallejo gunmetal, but sadly my bottle of it's run out. Just like on the bayonet and a couple of little parts of the metal part of the rifle. And there you have it, all done. Incidentally, for the couple of models here in the squad that have got some scrim camouflage strips in their helmets netting, all I did for that, in addition to what you've already seen, is a little dab of Vallejo khaki and a similar little dab of Agrax Earthshade on that when it dried. But otherwise, everything's as per the paints over here I showed you. There we go, painting British Infantry with contrast paints. Quite enjoyed that. I really like these models. They're better than the previous incarnation of British Infantry from Warlord. But anyway, thanks for watching. I shall be putting some more of these up soon.